Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala.
Namaste, Namaste, Jai Shankar. Welcome to Satsang. Welcome to Satsang. First Satsang of the year. Thank you for being here. Before we start, I want to say a few words about tranquility and serenity that just came up. But before we go into that, I wanted to thank you so deeply for everyone who visited Tiruvannamalai. All of the beautiful sadhakas who were there for the whole month. And it was amazing. Wanted to thank you. I can see so many names in the registrations. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back. That's the most important, no? We come and meet in Tiruvannamalai. We have a wonderful spiritual experience, all of us together. But a lot of times people don't come back for whatever reasons. So thank you for coming back. Thank you coming back to the Zooms. It's so important because we can do the best we can. You know, everything is given to you at every moment. As you know that you experienced in Tiruvannamalai, because the next moment this body may not come back or you may not come back. So everything is given away in the now. Okay? So appreciate everybody. I remember everybody who visited Tiruvannamalai was sitting there in the satsangs with us. Thank you so much. It actually was very, very fulfilling. It was very humbling, and I was deeply touched by your presence. So thank you. Thank you so much for coming and giving this one the experience of Arunachala's grace, incessantly flowing for us, no? So thank you so much for being here. So why talk about tranquility and serenity, no? Because we have to take care of our inner life first. But what we are mostly doing is going into the outer life, where the Jagat exists, the world exists, the phenomena of the world exist. No? It's always the phenomena, no? The outside world. So how much can we delete? See, I'm not talking about everyday things, going for groceries, doing your, bodily needs, going for exercise, pranayams, meditation. That's not what I'm talking about, to delete that, but meditation is looking inside yourself, inside that inner life, no? What is there in that inner life? I don't know what she's talking about, but the reason it's coming up, the meditations, though we say, I don't want to really say anything, and then Shambhu, puts this little idea or whatever. He's only speaking, no? There's nobody here. So how do we come to that space of that pure tranquility and serenity, peace and contentment? No, we're not content at all. I'm saying, first of all, before I say that, everybody who's here, you guys are doing fantastic. All the munchkins in San Diego, the munchkins around the world, and the newcomers who came, you're doing fabulous. But there's always a time in your life where slowly the fear comes up, no? With the environment of the USA nowadays, I don't want to go into details, but everybody's perturbed and they're so worried. Why? It's only the illusory world. Wars have been going on for eons. Kings have, murdered the other kings and taken over. What is new? Same thing is happening even now. So why are you so attached to the process and getting afraid, no? So I want you to come to that pure Sharanagati. What is Sharanagati? Total surrender. Surrender to whom? Surrender to that infinite reality within you, which is the only truth. Which is the only truth. Which has no agendas, no nothing. No? The world always has agendas. The world is always constantly changing. And the only constant that is always constant without change is your inner reality, which is the Satchidananda we talked about every day in Tiruvannamalai. Satchidananda, Satchidananda. Why? Because even Ramana Maharshi says, no, first realize the self with a capital S. Realize the self within, right? And stick to it. Keep on reminding yourself, you are the self, you are the self. Then the mind just drops away. It has no power. In front of the self, in front of the brilliant light, nothing has the power, right? To cause all the challenges and tribulations in your mind. So, knowing that supreme reality, knowing the supreme knowledge that we're talking about, if you get the essence of the knowledge, why do you have to get perturbed? You know? So that comes through Sharanagati. If you suppose surrender your whole life to that infinite within you, I know for people who are beginners, it's kind of radical, no? It's kind of what are you talking about? It's a metaphysical phenomena as far as you're concerned right now, right? For those who are new. But it is the only reality. All our sages have sung the same song. All our sages have told us, just be in, realize that, recognize your inner reality. That is the Satchidananda, the truth, awareness, and joy. Existence, consciousness, bliss, that is what everybody says. Truth, awareness, and joy. So in that awareness, in the state of awareness, when you realize the world is illusory, everything that you're going through your life is just a play of the divine, but according to your vasanas, according to your prarabdha karmas, you're going through the life. But always remember that God is always sustaining you, supporting you, guiding you. Now that experience comes when you are in total Sharanagati. For this one, there's no positionalities, there's nobody home, if you can believe that. And still the personality goes around, right? It goes to India, does the satsangs, comes back here, does the satsangs, whatever. It keeps on going according to divine will. Somebody asked the question about will. We'll come to that in a minute. So, how do we keep tranquil and serene all the time? Every time suppose you're challenged or you're perturbed by some incident in your life, what do? You immediately react? What do? You have to stop the reaction. You cannot react because you're causing more karmas. Even thought, word, and deed. If you react even in thought, you're causing karmas. So you have to be very alert. Why I'm saying this is because we have come to this state of being where you're coming and sitting and saying, I want freedom. If somebody else wants to do their lives, I'm not disturbing them. Go do your life. Whatever you want, it's okay. Go do your life. But if you want freedom, so what is the Jivan Mukta, right? The one who's living and is totally devoid of all desires, all wants, all intentions, no nothing. Can you be that way? You have to give up everything. What can I say? And then taste that essence which simply presents itself naturally within your being. You'll taste that essence. Once you taste that supreme, that sweetness, that drop of Amrita, you will never come back to the worldly things. Not possible, no? So why we are talking about it now is that come to that state, because once you are in that state, then the world is always going on. You're in the world but not of it. You're not worried about what happens around the world, because there's a supreme inner knowing that nothing can touch this one. You see what I'm saying? That means there's no fear, because fear is already dropped. You have no intentions, you have no desires, you have no wants. So who are you now? You're not that manifested state, that manifested being with a name and form. You're not that at all. Because you're connected with the supreme reality within you, here and now. And when you connect with that reality, you'll feel the peace. You'll feel the presence of that infinite reality. And you will simply start dropping, because it's like inevitable. You know what I mean? When you're sitting there in that Sharanagati, in that complete, surrender. First, for those of you who have Ishtadevata, like a particular God, you surrender to that God. You surrender to the form first, then you can go to the formless. Now we're talking of Arunachala Shiva, formless reality. So that's the state where you come to that absolute tranquility and peace, because there's no fear, because you don't have any intentions, you don't have any agendas, you don't have any wants, and you don't have any desires. Because even one little desire will take you down the rabbit hole. If you want to do that, that's fine. But you have to know the supreme knowledge before that happens, right? So when the perturbance happens, or when you're thinking like, I want this desire to happen for me, simply step back in the space of awareness. That is your true reality. So if your awareness itself, and you're looking at the manifested name and form, and what does it want? It's only an it, which is transitory, time-bound body, which is going to go, whether you like it or not. When the time comes, it'll go. But in the meantime, what are you? Who are you? So you just simply witness at that point, what is that I want? Why is this desire coming up? Why is this want coming up? You simply witness. And then you will be able to see that it's only the illusory, time-bound body manifestation that is wanting these things, and not the real supreme reality that is your true nature. You are the Tattvamasi, no? You are that Brahman, They always say you are the Brahman. Beyond the beyond, how do we go? I really felt like, the 2-day retreat in Thiru was beyond the beyond. For this one to say that, it's a lot. Because we did a lot of retreats. We went to Kauai, and it was like really, I thought my body was going to leave. And then I came back. God said, no. Your family is going to be perturbed, and they're going to blame the sadhakas who was with you in Tiruvannamalai. So you cannot go, because if you come to me now, only your dupatta will be there. I don't know why it's coming out. So I said, oh, okay, gosh, So that's where you are at every moment. So you are in the world, doing everything, whatever, multitasking, no? Where does the multitasking come? Oh, it's the Sharda doing all these things? No. Because the name has fallen, everything has dropped, simply the doing happens. I told you, like till the day you die, the doing is going to happen. So back to the tranquility thing. How can you be tranquil all the time? How can you be peaceful all the time? By looking at the manifested and not judging, okay? Be very kind to yourself. Because you've taken so many lifetimes. You have acquired all these beautiful vasanas, beautiful, karmas. Some are beautiful, some are not so beautiful, no? So what do? You're simply witnessing it, and always remember that God is watching over you. This child is going through her karma, which she's created before. But let me just take care. He has no judgment on you, right? Like, okay, because he's given you all this beautiful world and the creation, and okay, enjoy. I want my children to enjoy. But ultimately, he wants you to come back and realize who is the supreme reality. Within you only. I am a spark that exists within you. That little God that exists within you. So why can't we be gods here and now? Difficult, no? Not really. You simply give up all your notions that you're this little puny little self. I cannot do this. I'm incapacitated to do this. Nonsense. Just rise above that and say, no, I'm the supreme reality. Well, Ma is saying that, or, the masters are saying that, and let me just believe it and pretend that I'm the supreme reality for today, and watch the magic, what happens. Simply an inner strength will start presenting itself and give you the power, give you the Shakti to simply delete all of this nonsense. The fear, the intentions, the things, desires, wants, that's coming up. Can't even get the words these days. So now the question was, so you got so you come back to that essence of this tranquility, and peace. Now, even if you give me $1 trillion, I would not exchange that for the tranquility and peace and contentment that I have there. If you look at your life, you can think about 15 different things you may want more. Okay? That is the mind ego. That is the manifested self. But if you're content with what you have right now, oh my God, God has given this to me. And also, when the karmas come, they say, oh, you know what, this person did that to me. And also, don't ask why me, because you have created that karma in the past life. Even in the moment you ask, why me, why is this happening to me, you're creating one more karma. You understand? So, just stay with the tranquility, the serenity, the contentment, because that is your true nature. The supreme reality or the awareness, does it need anything? At any time. You'll say, oh ma, we have to eat, drink, all that. I'm not, talking about that needs of the body, and you have to go for exercise, whatever. Somebody said, oh, I always run in the beach, and then you're telling me not to do anything. That's foolishness. See what the great masters have said, even in the acharyas, the protocols for renunciation also. Nowadays, the modern thing, they found out the process of elimination, that everybody is not the same. All the monks cannot be the same. One monk can get up at 4:30 and no problem, past life karmas, he can sit in meditation all day long, not even eat a morsel of food. Another person will need to get up and do some pranayams, do some jogging, running, whatever. So everything in that also, they say, Advaita, what it says is, there's no rules. The only rule is, you are that this very moment. Finished. End of story. That's what Advaita says. You are that this very moment. Who is that? Recognizing that you are the Tattvamasi, I am that supreme reality. And once you recognize that, you can simply slip into that state, into that essence of tranquility, unconditional love, contentment. Okay? So somebody asked about self-will, no? Dear Petra, love you. Wrong button. So, says, beloved Shardama, I have a question about the will. Since there is no person, there is no personal will, right? Is there an imaginary will? Is there a higher will to which I am subject as a human being? Please tell us something about the will. Thank you. So, if you already know that you are not the person, where does that question even arise? You are not the person. This one has no will, because the personality has dropped, the name has dropped, everything. Before that, they will say, oh, you go and do your self-will, you have the choices. We all pretend, like we don't pretend. We think we have a choice. You really don't, because everything is preordained according to your prarabdha karma. We think we are choosing. In the moment, I've also said, you can choose like good or bad, all that. But as far as the will is concerned, you really don't have a will. So there's no imaginary something up there. Even God is not up there. God is in here. That's what I'm asking you to look at, that inner life within you, where God is right here, not out. He's everywhere, right? He's the creation. He's everywhere. But when we start going outside into the world and seeing the world as such, you're not going to have any peace. You will have peace only within, where you look at the inside and you see you are the Tattvamasi, you are the Satchidananda. So there is, if there is a higher will, you say, I am subject as a human, to which I am subject as a human being. We are talking about being beyond the human. Just now we are telling, no, what that is saying is, oh, I am this manifested human self. That we're slowly trying to get beyond the human. Yes, you are in this body, but who are you actually? Are you just this body and the mind and the ego? Not really. If you dig deep and if you do your Sharanagati, you will find out there is a beautiful light emanating from your own being. Okay, cannot be found outside. It is only within you. And when you come to that state of recognizing that light, what will happen is you will be simply flowing with that present now. Okay, so you'll know that there's always a sustenance, there's always a guidance, there's always a protection within. Otherwise, this one out of the home for 10 years. So we're getting our 10th anniversary, April 4th. So I think we're having a satsang on the 5th. Simply to celebrate that this presence has taken over your lives and this one's life, and simply bringing up something useful that you'll have to think about. So simple, no? So keep looking at your inner. And I also experience this. Sometimes even there's a little bit of perturbance, it's going to come from the Jagat. Like say, you can't help it, your family, friends, siblings, whatever. Simply close your eyes and simply experience your body. Experience the body, what is happening to the body, because you're not the body. And slowly when you start experiencing the body and doing blah, blah, blahs, the mind will come and say, what, he said this and that and that. Drop all of that, okay? And then you simply are meditating and going deeper to that awareness state. And once you go to that awareness state, you're simply free. That moment you're simply free. And all the fluctuations of the body just start absolutely getting very quiet. You see what I'm saying? They get very peaceful. So the peace is always there for our taking. Why do you have to go out into the world and be so perturbed about what's going on in US now? I'm talking because you're spiritual sadhakas. Everybody else will be talking about it long, many hours now. My point is, say you've spoken about many hours, you spilled the thing and said, I'm so perturbed about it, I'm very fearful of this and all that. And death knocks on your door that night. What happens then? You wasted all the time. Don't waste time at all. Don't waste a moment. Even if you're cooking something or you're doing something or mowing the lawn, watering your plants, no? You think of the divine within you. Think Arunachala, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva. Don't forget the mantras also. Simply Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva. So powerful it is. Arunachala Shiva. That's all. Or whomever you connect with. But this is the most powerful because you guys have come to Arunachala and have seen what, the screens like blowing there, breeze is blowing from Shambhu. It's all only that grace, that comes within. Thank you so much for listening. Continue the tranquility. Always remember those words, it just came in my meditation. Tranquility, serenity, peace, contentment. So if you're not in this state of all these words, right? I'm just giving you the words, but that's got an energy form. And if you're not in that state of energy, question yourself. What is more important than you being in that state? Thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to play a bhajan on the Divine Mother. I wrote down the words because I don't remember the words. Jaya Jaya Devi Girija Mata. So Girija is, Giri means mountain. So she is the mother of the mountains. Parvati. Parvat means also mountain. Why the Divine Mother Parvati, Shiva's consort is called Parvati is because she was the daughter of Giri. The father is the mountain. It's just analogies. And then it says Jaya Jagadambe Pranava Swarupini. Pranava means it's the Omkara. Om, right? That is Pranava. That was the very first word created in this universe, and she is the embodiment of that word, that Omkara. And then Ashta Bhujangani. So Bhujangani means she has so many hands, to support the world. She has so many hands. And Jaya Yogeshwari Hridaya Nivasani. So she is the Yogeshwari means Shiva is the person sitting in yoga all the time, and she is the beloved of Lord Shiva. Okay, we'll play that and then we'll go into the transmission. Thank you so much for coming. Enjoy the bhajan. Sit comfortably. Sit comfortably. Take in a deep breath, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale. Dropping everything that does not serve you. Deep inhalation, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale, dropping even further, dropping your unnecessary desires, your wants, and coming to that deep state of recognizing your true nature. One last time, deep inhalation and exhale. Dropping and just being, not being this or that. Thank you. Slowly come out. Take in a gentle breath, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale, dropping everything that does not serve you. Gentle inhalation, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale. One last time, deep inhalation, inhaling light, peace, love. And exhale. Slowly open your eyes when you're ready. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So many questions coming at you, Ma. So, few of you are saying, you're telling us to drop all desires. We have our work, we have our job, we have our projects. And also there's a beloved one who has a lot of students who's here with us, who was in Thiru and he's here today. The question is, you don't have to drop any of it. Continue your work because that's what Arunachala, the divine, wants you to do. But, there's a big but, have no attachments to that work. If it's going to continue, if it's going to be there, if your work is going to go tomorrow, you be lovingly unattached. Okay? So many questions were coming during the meditation. Be lovingly unattached, because whenever you are in a project or you become a teacher, there's always the mind coming in to tell you, you have to do better than this. You have to excel. So the truth of the matter is, when you become teachers before you are enlightened, then you get frozen in that levels of consciousness. It's very difficult to go beyond, because you have all of those expectations from your students. And so you start delivering that and you forget about your inner work. Remember that. So for the person who has a lot of students and whatever, that's what is coming. And also about the will, just confirmation. When you have dropped your personality. In that pure state, I'm talking about those who have dropped the personality or want to drop the personality and want to be in that state of supreme reality, connected with that state. This one's prayer is, may thy will be done, not mine. Unnishtam yennishtam in Tamil. That means your wish, your likes or your wish is my wish. But I go a little deeper, I say your will is my command, because everything is taken as Shiva Prasad, no? Everything that's given to you in life is a prasad from the divine. So when you are in that state of consciousness, that's really not your will, because something within you is flowing and it's delivering, it's supporting, it's sustaining you at all times. So you come to a point where you have so much faith and trust that you don't even really care. Can you come to that state? I'm not saying you don't really care in a very, light way, but you know what I mean. You just really have dropped everything. You don't worry about whether I'm going to get up tomorrow, whether I'm going to have the same energy, whether my satsang is going to go well or anything, or whatever you're doing now. This sadhaka a long time ago had this, he couldn't go forward because he says, Ma, how can I drop my work? I have to sustain my family. Told him so many times, you sustain your family, you go to work, but inner renunciation, was not able to do it, no? So this of Ramana Maharshi, this words of Ramana Maharshi I want to say, because that will kind of seal it. A higher power is taking you, be led by the same. The higher power is taking you, be led by the same. How often are we led by the same? You're always questioning the infinite within you. The little self always questioning, not really believing, no? So that belief has to come within you. The trust has to come within you. The higher power knows what to do and how to do it. Trust it. That's all I'm saying in my little experience. May thy will be done. So what is that? It's exactly what he's talking about. I'm simply trusting that infinite within me to take care of this little puny self. What's the big deal? Everything is taken care of. Everything will be taken care of. Whatever you need will be given to you. Just have to trust it. That's what Bhagavan says. And I thought this came to me this morning, and I thought, what a beautiful, prayer. So even about the will, this is your answer. Petra, this is your answer. Higher power is leading you, be led by the same. Because we do not have the confidence we are going to be led. Because we say, our ego comes out and says, oh, we have to do everything. So the higher power knows what to do and how to do it. Okay, you just have to trust it. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate all the newcomers. I'm always with you. The love here is unconditional. You want to come to satsang, you come. You don't want to come, you don't come. But who is the loser? I'm not the loser because there's no I in there, somebody who can lose something. It's already full. So how can you come to that fulfillment? By simply trusting the great master's words. I'm not saying I'm a great master. All the masters for eons have said the same thing. And the realization that comes from within only can be spoken of. You can just read the books, you can read and read and read. But when that realization happens, and when it's spoken of from the depths of that reality, then you should pay heed. No, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy that we are all together again this year, and hopefully it'll continue. Take care, and please give us feedbacks. Anything you need, please give us feedbacks. And those of you I met in Tiruvannamalai, you can write to me personally as well. Any questions, don't hesitate. Thank you. Jai Shankar. Jai Shankar. Namaste. Shambho Mahadev.